You'll get those tweets up there recapping yesterday's Twitter poll. Who can catch Lamar Jackson in the Heisman race? The Real Peppers besting Jake Browning, Deshaun Watson, and Jalen Hurts. 66% of the votes as the guy that might be able to catch Lamar Jackson. I don't know if he can, but if somebody can, a lot of people thinking it will be Jabril Peppers. We're going to get back on the winning track. We were able to have a winning weekend last weekend in college football. Let's try to make some money. I want winners. I want people that want to win.
Let's go.
That's all you have to say. Randy, what you want? Break that, homie.
All right, we got to welcome him in 3-2 last weekend. He finally got back on the winning track. He had a couple of picks last night. Ohio, Toledo wanted the over 58. App State, Georgia Southern, he wanted the over of 45. He missed both by a point.
Yeah, well, good show today, boys. I've enjoyed it. Landry, how we doing, man? I guess he's not. Okay, well, all right. That's all right. We're coming off a 3-2 week. We're back with 4 games this week, boys. 4 games. 4 games. Well, I've embraced the Halloween spirit. You can catch us on Facebook Live, and you'll see. That's all I'm willing to say. I can't let the cat out of the bag. Well, I appreciate that, Landry. Thank you, sir. Okay, 4 games, boys. You ready to get started? Noon on ABC. Penn State at Purdue. So Nittany Lions coming off probably the biggest win of the James Franklin era, right? We can all agree. All the credit in the world goes to Penn State. Nice win over Ohio State as a near 20-point home underdog. Now you've got to get up for an 11 a.m. local time kick in West Lafayette, Indiana against Purdue. But we actually like Purdue this weekend. They're not exactly setting the world on fire, just 3-4 overall. But they hung with unbeaten Nebraska last weekend on the road for 3 quarters. They're playing some better football since the head coaching change. And by the way, guys, Penn State away from Happy Valley, not good. 1-5 straight up last year, 0-6 against the spread. This year, losses at Pittsburgh, waxed at Michigan. They're laying double digits at the Boilermakers. Take the points, boys. Purdue plus 13.5. Well, that's the line. I mean, I'm not making up bunk lines, Krogs. That's not exactly something we do here on the show. Yeah, I like Purdue. What do you guys think?
I like how you're making the mouse move on this wolf.
Facebook Live for those of you with multiple internet options. If you're not exactly, don't do it if you're driving on the interstate right now. Please don't do that. Well, that's dangerous. That's dangerous, Landry. All right, we stay in the Big Ten. Another nooner here. Michigan at Michigan State, guys. This is relatively straightforward. Everyone thinks Michigan is the second coming of Alabama, but this is just way, way, way too many points to be laying on the road, right? East Lansing, Spartans are 2-5. For all intents and purposes, this is their bowl game because they're probably not going to one. We're getting 3.5 touchdowns at home in a rivalry game. Betting markets overpriced this one, boys. Take the points, 24.5. We're riding with Sparty at noon. I know you guys think it's going to blow out. You guys think it's going to be a blowout, just like everyone else. I mean, Michigan is a very, very popular public play. But here's the thing, guys. Those glass palaces out in the desert, they didn't get so nice because the public knew what they were doing. Take the points.
I don't know, Wolf. You know what? You're the Wolf, man. You don't question the Wolf.
You do question the Wolf. He just had his first winning weekend. You do question the Wolf.
I'm actually getting wolf hair caught in my mouth here during the picks. So if I start sounding like I have a speech impediment now, you'll understand why. Okay, Another unbeaten on the road here, guys. Washington at Utah, 3:30 game on FS1. Listen, Washington's really good, all right? They've got a star at quarterback in Jake Browning. He's a true sophomore, so not draft eligible. Chris Peterson's got a bunch of guys that are going to play on Sunday on both sides of the ball. But they have to hit the road and visit a Utah team. Guys, they're 1 yard away from being 8-0, okay? We have a failed 4th and goal at the 1 yard line in Berkeley. That's the only thing keeping Utah away from being unbeaten and probably in the top 10. Now, we cashed with the Utes last week. They won outright as a 7-point underdog at the Rose Bowl. Quite frankly, guys, I've got a lot of faith in head coach Kyle Whittingham. I think him and Coach Pete, probably the best coaches in the Pac-12, not with all apologies to David Shaw out there in the farm. Well, I mean, he's a good coach, though, right? We agree? I'm getting double digits at home against a Washington team which hasn't really played anybody all season. I mean, let's face it, guys. Oregon, bit of a dumpster fire. Stanford, not exactly what we thought they were. The lone close game they played all year was in the desert against a dicey Arizona team. I'm getting 10 at home, at the lake. Give me Utah, plus the 10. Yeah, a lot of value there, boys. A lot of value with the Utes at home catching 10. All right, last game on the slate, boys. Boise State at Wyoming. Another unbeaten on the road, laying double digits. Boise State 7-0 on the year, coming off their supposed toughest remaining game at home to BYU, which they won barely by a point. Probably shouldn't have won because of some questionable special teams decisions by BYU in that game. But now you've got to travel to Laramie, take on the Fighting Cowboys of Wyoming. Guys, we get 13.5 at War Memorial Stadium. Take the points. Wyoming, a sneaky good team at 5-2. One of those losses was to Nebraska. Boise State is winning, but they're not covering. Just 2-5 against the spread. Plus 13.5 at home, 7:30. I wouldn't be surprised if Wyoming wins this game outright. There might be a little bit on the money line play here, but we like Wyoming at home, plus 13 and a hook. Let's get it, boys. Let's get it.